Good morning. October 2nd, 2021. I'm going to be working on this acoustic guitar today. And it's for a buddy of mine named Don. I had this guitar in my office at work for a few years. And he's been eyeballing it. And he wants something to play at home. So I'm just going to give it to him. I spend most of my time with my electrics back here, and I rarely play this anymore, and I really don't care for it. It kind of tears my fingers up. I've got these guys set like velvet, and this is like playing a tractor, you know. Any rate, what I'm doing right now is covering up the brand name of this guitar. And the reason I'm doing this is because I made another video on another guitar back here when I did a complete rebuild on it, and I guess I upset the YouTube police because they not only took down my video, they took down my whole page. And I don't know, this world's getting crazy. You know, like I said, it was a harmless video, but anyways, so the thing with Don is he needs a left-handed guitar, and this is a right-handed guitar. So I'm going to remove this bridge saddle here and probably flip it over because the grooves are different sizes. You know, the thick diameter of the string is the issue here. So that one should be an easy flip. The nut up here, I may have to replace it. I'm not sure because, again, the grooves need to be flipped over, but I don't know if I can actually flip this nut around or not and make it work. Those things don't concern me that much. I can figure that out. I can manipulate it and figure it out. What does concern me is the angle of this bridge. You see, what we're dealing with here is called intonation. And intonation is the overall length of the string. And music is mathematical, right? It has to be the same distance from here to the 12th fret, of which where it repeats, down to the bridge, so that you have the same exact notes here and here. They're an octave higher, but they're the exact same note. So the intonation on these guys is easy because I've got an adjustment at the tail of the guitar that I can, you know, change the length of that string and dial it right in. This one's kind of a fixed situation. So, I don't know if it's going to screw me up. Basically, if I tune this to an E, A, D, G, B, E, it should repeat right here. And then do the same thing here, like I mentioned earlier. Now, I don't think it's going to be that big an issue, and here's the reason why. This is not a cutout guitar. So he's not going to be playing a lot up here. He's going to be playing a lot down here, open chords and so forth. And I think it'll be just fine. Of course, the pick guard is on the wrong side. I may have to see if I can find another pick guard and glue it on here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to get to work on it for him, though. And this should be a fun project. Of the unnamed guitar, right? The unnamed guitar. I am not going to tell you what it is. See you in the next one. Well, first things first, let's loosen up these strings and, whoa! Okay, that was the wrong direction. Get these strings off. There we go. That was wound backwards. Yeah, it is. Got nobody to blame but myself, right? That little sucker snapped my finger pretty hard. Strings are under a lot of tension. Well, I'll hurry through this and show you on the next step. Ooh, bonus! Check it out. It's loose. You know what? There's no grooves in this. Well, barely. Interesting. Well, that was like about as easy as peasy, right? Let me see what the nut's gonna do. Oh my goodness, I don't believe it. Look at this. I just kind of pressed it a little bit and it's acting like it's coming loose. Oh my goodness, I don't believe it. So I have to work it around a little bit. I don't want to break it. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, 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 I'm so happy. See? Can you see the grooves in that? They're different, but I'm gonna have to manipulate it in there backwards. But it might just work. It might just work. This should be fun. Okay. So this guitar, when I played it before, it had a little buzzing in it. So that tells me one of these frets here is a little bit on the high side. This tool I'm using right now is to see if the wood underneath is flat. See how it's cut out to fit over the tops of the frets. So I'm going to get this wooden part of the neck completely as flat as I could possibly get it. And then I'm going to go in and tape them all up and black them out and use my sanding block and go over it and make sure all these frets are like perfect. Get them all the same height so that I can bring those strings down. There won't be any buzzing, because that's like annoying as heck when the string's just hitting this one little high fret. So I can I'll do a complete fret dress on it since I got it apart, and since I'm so happy that this all came loose so easy. Wow, this is going to be more fun than I thought now. The hard part's done. Alright, I got this one's pretty level. I think that's about as close as I'm going to get that. That's pretty close. And let's see what the frets look like across the top. Not bad, not bad. Shouldn't have to take very much material off of them. Okay. Now it's time to get to taping, I guess. Okay, here's what I meant. I literally am talking about taping the frets. This is simply to protect the wood from the files and the sandpaper and all the little gougey things I'm going to be putting on it. So, I'll let you catch up to me in a bit. Alright, I got her all protected. Why is my camera acting like that? At any rate, now I need to black out all of the frets. The reason I do this is so I can see where I have filed, which ones I'm touching. Let's say, for instance, my file's laying up here, right? Going across it. If there's a low spot, I can tell I haven't touched it. If there's a high spot, I can tell I touched it first. And the goal here is to bring them as flat as I possibly can. And then I'll come back in with the other files and re-round them, re-crown them actually, is the correct word. So let me work on this for a minute. See? All nice and black. So I should be able to tell wherever I touch it with my file. This is a precision leveling file. But I've got to let it dry, so I'm going to take a quick break and get a cup of coffee. Okay. My wife came in here looking for something, and I was digging through a box full of cables and things for her, and look what I found. $1 million bill. Guess I'll go to the bank and try to deposit that. What do you think? At any rate. Okay, I'm going to turn this to my 400 grit side right here. And I'm going to give it just a really light. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. Well, you know, that doesn't look too bad. I'm not going to have to take very much. This one's a full. This one's full. This one's got some low spots here. Low spots here. This one does not even touching yet. So, anyways, I'll continue working on it and get back with you later. Alright. So I went over them with 400, and then I went over them with 3000. Got them just a little bit smooth. But let's see if I can show you. You can see they're all, well, that one looks, I think I need to hit it just a little bit more right there. I'm going to readjust this. Focus on this camera. Okay, went to manual focus. Looks like I got a little bit right here I need to touch. But as you can see, I got them all there. My sounding board touched every single fret. There's no more black showing except that one little spot right there. So let me touch that up just a shade. I'll get back to you. Alright, I got the frets where I want them. They shouldn't buzz. And I'll have to put some more relief. Relief is the curve in it. When the strings go on, there has to be a certain amount of relief in the neck, which I can adjust down here with my screw. But I have to re-black them. And the reason I'm re-blacking them is because I'm getting ready to crown them. And I need to be able to see where I'm at. So what I do when I'm crowning, almost got it here, hang on. There. So I've got a custom little file here, right here. Now what I did with this file was, you can see it's a triangular shape. I took another file and went across this section right here and literally dulled it. I mean, really dulled it. And then I took sandpaper, went over it so it doesn't cut on that very tip edge right there. That way I can get down in here. I put this on the one side so it's this end up, right? And I will slowly go through them like this and go this way to one side of the fret and this way to the other side of the fret till I got just this little thin line of black showing in the middle. So I know that I haven't touched the very tip top, that it's to the same level that I just made it right now. And then I'll go over it with some really fine sandpaper and stuff and polish them up. Don't use steel wool to polish these up. It makes them shiny, but I have found that when I look through these at about 10 power, that the steel wool tends to gouge and tear it up. It does not look good at all. Whereas I've got a lot of sandpapers here. I've got, up to 4,000 grit, just really fine stuff, and just kind of lightly go over them. They may have a little bit duller finish, but you know what? They look a heck of a lot smoother, and that's what it's all about. Because that string, you got to remember, it's vibrating, oscillating like this, and you got this fret underneath it, and if there's any damage or nicks or something, it can affect that sound. So basically, we want the string to lay, when we fret it, it shouldn't touch that other string. It should be like that. So anyways, let me get to it. And this is going to take a minute. Well, going smoothly. This is a slow process, but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth every moment of it. Just slowly rotate my file into the radius to make that curve. So let me show you what's going on. There you can kind of see the black stripe in the middle. So when I get that little black stripe, just a very faint little black stripe, I know I've got it rounded up on both sides up to that point, so I don't lose my overall height. But that fret has to be like this. Whoops, can't see me. That fret has to be like this. It has to be rounded at the top. Well, like this. Has to be rounded at the top, so that when the string hits it, it hits the round like that. Whereas if it was, when I filed them, they were flat like that. Well, shoot. Oh, here. That's flat. We don't want it laying on the fret like that when the string gets pressed on it. We want it laying like that. It requires much less pressure, and it frets the string cleaner because it's coming to a single point here. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be just fine. For some reason, these frets, maybe they're steel, I'm not sure. Some of these are nickel on these, and they were a lot softer. I was able to do it quicker, but this is still going to work just fine. So anyways, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 of them to do, and I'll see you later. Okay, still crowning my frets. I have to take a moment now and then to rest, because I have to be very steady to go straight across and follow the radius of the neck like this. And then also, not only am I going this way across the frets, but I'm rotating like this, and I'm keeping perfectly straight forward and back. If I do too much, I get a little wobbly, and I realize that, and I just kind of step away for a minute, and then I come back to it. I've got a crowning tool that I bought that's supposed to do that, both sides at one time, and I'm not going to tell you the brand name. And I'm not even going to show you the tool, because I'm afraid the YouTube police will say I stepped on somebody's copyright and yank my damn page down again. That's not going to happen. Anyway, take my word for it that the tool doesn't work so good. You can ask me in person. I'll show it to you and explain exactly why, but it just doesn't cut right. So that's led me to a lot of thought on this guitar and previous guitars, that I can design a better crowning tool, one that will work. I've already come up with 2 designs in my head. I haven't put anything on paper yet, of a manual one that would go across and a power one that would go across. anyways, I'm thinking very strongly about building these tools and giving them a try. Go get myself a couple of really, secondhand beat up guitars that won't play anymore, just to use them for experiment, and see if I can make this grinding tool work. If it does work, I may even market it, because I do know a lot about tools, and I do know a lot about how to take care of, how to build tools and how to design them, and machinery and things like that. So I just use it as a transferable skill to this. And I've always had a motto, if I don't have what I need, I just build it. So that's enough for now. I'm going to get back to it. My hands should be rested by now. All right. I've gotten most of the frets sanded. I'm just down to the last few right now. I'm using 400 grit. So I just got these left to do. Catch you later. Alright, that part's done. So I can take all this off and start messing with the saddles. And the intonation and the string height and the radius and all that stuff. But I think we got a really good foundation now. This guitar is probably going to play one heck of a lot better than it did when I was messing with it, because I never took any time with it. I was planning on doing this to it anyways, but life gets in the way, right? So when I get to the next step, I'll let you know. Well, hello. I'm kind of at a standstill right now because the nut, that part right there, I can't flip it over. It just won't work. So I ordered another one. I ordered a left-handed one, and then I'll shape it and install it. Should be here anywhere from 2 to 4 days, or 2 to 10 days, they said. But what I'm also doing, while I've got the time, I've got the guitar apart. The fretboard was looking a little bit dry, so I got this moisturizing cream for wood. It's for cutting boards and mixing bowls, things like that are made of wood, and good product. At any rate, I've applied some on it right here so far. I don't know if you can see that there. You can see how dry this is. So I've just applied it on there, let it soak in for a little bit, and then I'll take the excess off, and it should give it that look again, and plus protect the wood a little bit. Only other thing I can really do is the nut right, or the strap pin right here. I need to move it to the other side for the left-handed guitar. But other than that, I'm kind of at a standstill. I've got all the frets done really nicely. And then once I get it strung, then I can adjust the string height and the radius of the strings to make them copy the exact radius of the guitar. And I don't have that much work to do to it yet. I'm just waiting on that part. So soon we'll have a lefty. I should have looked at ordering another one of these too. I may do that. Another pick guard. That's it for now. All right. Well, I think I have the pick guard here. Let's see.
that's as close as I thought I could get, but obviously it's not close enough. Well, that's what it's going to look like. Oh well. I was trying to get as close as I could to this, but obviously I didn't. Uh, but it'll work. It'll have a unique look to it, anyways. I'm still waiting on the nut, so catch you when it comes in. A couple of more days. All right. Um, I can't tell you the name of the place I bought this from because again I don't want to upset the YouTube police. But it should be the nut. And they always send me candy. Oh, just woke up, guys. I'm sorry. Oh. I don't even have my glasses on. Ugh. Well, let's see. Wow. It's like the right one. Fits in there perfectly. Wow, I'm really impressed. All right. So, I'll get to work on it a little bit later and get it finished up. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay. I got my new sound uh, amplifier turned all the way up, so I'm hoping it's helping with my voice. Um, so I've got this piece glued into place, and as you can see, it is slightly a different color. Oh well, I did my best. I glued the new nut in last night, and then I came back this morning and I filled some gaps to make sure it's in there just, good and tight. So I'll give that another day to dry. Um, I'll flip this over to the other side, and then it'll be about putting some strings on it, setting the string height, setting the radius. Oh, the radius on this thing's a 16, by the way. It's pretty flat. Um, so anyways, I'll get to it, and I'll let you know as I go. Hey, I'm recording. Good morning. So what is it? It's 10:22 of 2021. I had to lay off of the guitar for a little bit. I had other things going on, but anyways, this is the guitar I'm working on, and this nut is at this angle. I don't know if you can see that for a right-handed guitar, and I'm going to have to fill that slot and regroove it that direction with my tools. I gotta make a jig for it and everything, so it's gonna take me a minute. Anyways, right now I found some hardwood around the scrap pile, and I'm sanding it down, getting it right to the right size, and that'll fit down in there like that, and have a complete patch on there. So that's what I'm working on right now, is patching this hole, and then I'll come back and build my fixture, my jig, to guide my rotary tool through there to recut a new slot at the correct angle. Before I do that, though, I made a little intonation bar. So this is flat on one side. It's a round stock flat. And I'm going to mount it up here like this and put the strings on it. And turn it and test the strings to see where my intonation's at, just to make sure I'm cutting that slot in the right place. Like I said, this string should be an E, and it should be a perfect E here, and an E here, and a perfect E here, and so on and so forth throughout the strings. So anyways, I'll get that perfect angle and mark it and regroove it. Fun stuff. I really enjoy doing this stuff. I think I just like playing with the toys more than anything. See you in a bit. What? What? Meow. Gotta get this guy fed again. He's pretty old now. I think can't eat regular food, so I have to feed him often. But he's meowing at me, so I'll make this quick. Okay, so I got the piece in there. As you can see, it's just a shade taller, but it's a tight fit. I've got it sanded just perfectly to the sides and in the ends, and I pressed it in there and I glued it. So what I'll do next, I'll let that dry for a bit. And I'll come back with my rotary tool and get that perfectly flat again. And then I'll start setting up to cut my groove. The other direction. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, it looks something like that instead of the way it was. So I'm going to take a break, eat some chicken, feed the cat. Later. Wow. So this is rosewood. And this is, I think this piece I used is teak. But look at this. It took me about 2.5 hours of sanding on a flat surface just to get the size to where it just slipped into this slot. And it was only, like a 64th of an inch above where I'm at right now. And I've been at this for a while. So you're not going to have to worry about it being hardwood, that's for sure. Man, this is a really sharp file. And you can see I'm pushing down pretty hard, and I'm barely moving any of the material. The reason I'm not using my Dremel is I can't get my Dremel down low enough, flat enough to do what I'm doing with this file. Yeah, I still got a little bit to go. Yeah, that's some hard stuff. It's gonna be in there forever. That's pretty cool. Just a little clip it. I'll get it in place here. All right. So my inlay there came out perfectly. I can't ask for anything better. It looks cool because it's a different color wood, but they're both extremely hard woods. So I'm determining right now, this is my my bridge, and I'm determining where I need to put it right now, as far as where I need to put the groove. So what I've done is I've used one of my wife's turkey basting pins, or not basting pin, but when you pin the turkey together in the oven, she loaned me one of these, and it works really great because not only is it high enough to get it off and it's round on top, but it's flexible enough that it bent to the curvature of the saddle. So it's like really cool. It's working good. As you can see here, I've got a tuner that's reacting to my voice. So what I'm going to do here, I'll show you. Make sure that this is on a perfect E, which it seems to be. Perfect E. If there's a little bit of yellow or red showing, then that means it's sharp or flat, but that looks good. So the 12th fret should be perfect E. Yeah. Looks just a little flat. Let me see if this is flat. A little on the sharp side now. Okay, I think this needs to be moved just a shade. Let's see if it's flat. And just move it a notch. Oh, 2 notches. Let's try that. I gotta retune it. There's an E. Perfect E. Perfect E. Perfect E. Okay, let's try an A. Perfect A. Perfect A. That is in the correct position right there. Let's do this string at the other end. I'm not going to worry about all the ones in between and make a fancy bridge that's going to intonate everyone perfectly. I'm just going to, get both ends dead on, and whatever falls in the middle strings, oh well, be close enough. Okay, as you can see, I've got an E there. Maybe a little flat on the E. There's an E. A little flat. E there. Looks good. Let's try an A. A little sharp on the A. A little sharp on that A too. Let's try it. Let's see if it's in tune. E. E. A. Okay, I see. I think I know what the problem was. I was pushing down on it like a gorilla grip. So I can actually push super hard on these frets. Watch. That's just enough to fret it right against the 12th fret. But I can change it if I... Yeah, I guess not. That's pretty close. So the E, 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 yeah, it's there. So that's my position. I'm gonna take my tape and go in there and mark that slot, and then start to set up my jig that I made a not so perfect jig, but you'll see it. I wish I could have bought one of those $250 jigs, but Hey, you work with what you got, right? Talk to you later. Bye. Let's see. I got my mic amp on now. Well, I don't know. I got an amplifier for this mic, but I don't know if it's really helping or not. So at any rate, I got an idea. Now that I got my corners, pinned with my little tiny, this little guy. You can see it's just really tiny. Anyways, I got a hole, marked. I remembered I got an old school mic, whiteout. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'll just paint it with that. Excuse me. Let that dry a second, give it another coat. Did it work?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to give it one more coat. Wow, that's really in there now. I've almost filled the gap with the tape. Let's just let that dry for a while. So, time to go have a smoke. Okey doke. See that? That's whiteout. It'll help me see that. My old eyes, I had it black, but the whiteout seems to really stand out well. God, I can see it from here. So now it's all about putting the jig in place. And then my guides for my Dremel. Then hook my Dremel into this. And cut that hole. Let me get this set up. It's going to take a minute. She's right where I want her. And she's sitting level. Cool. Okay, so I need my level. And my guitar is not level. Oh yeah, it needs to come up a minute. Two more of my custom cardboard shims on each side. That's pretty level. Could use just a shade more. I think that's going to be about level. Okay. Alrighty. Now we'll just kind of put these two guys on there gentle. Okay. So my depth, my actual depth from the top of the bridge down is 218 in the center. And on the ends it's lesser. It's 156 because it's curved like that, right? So it's lesser depth when you cut the straight slot in it. I'm only going to go down in there about, okay, it's 230 from here down to here. So I'm only, and anyways, total depth that my bit needs to be is 448, but I'm not going to go that deep. I'm going to go back 140 thousandths less. So I'm going to go 300 total depth now from this board and see what I got. Everything still looks good. Everything still looks good. Got about 98 thousandths. So 218. Minus 98.
It's 120.
Okay. did I not get? Right there. I am right there. Let's clean it up a little bit. Damn it. I'm 1.5 thousandths off. That's about the half a thicknesses of one of your hairs on your head. Okay, I think I got it. Let's undo her. See what we got. Back. Okay, I couldn't get a bit small enough for this, so I'll shim that on both sides, but that looks pretty damn good. I think I'm going to be okay. Yeah, I'll just shim it. Good morning. I've been working on the saddle. I've taken this down about 2 or 3 times on the base side, but it's still too high. So, there it's out again. You see that. And here's what I'm doing over here. So I've been putting it in the vise like so. I'm moving that ever so slightly. Let's try that. Alright. this is my best file to do this. My big files don't seem to want to do this right. You know, I think that a piece of this might actually work better. Okay. Now back over here. Let's see what I'm doing. I've got my flat piece. Now back over here. Feels good and flat. Let's get over there. I've had these strings off and on so many times. Kind of funny, actually. But it's what it takes to, you know, do a little bit, check it. Do a little bit, check it. This is not one of those kinds of things you can just hog a bunch of material and be done. I mean, you have to be extremely lucky to make everything come out right. All right. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, I'm not trying to stick them in there right now. Take the capo off. Close enough. All right. And then it's all about this. We're measuring 14th fret. 12, 13, 14. side. Oh, I'm just not quite there. Gotta do it again. Okay. Well, it's Saturday, 10/30, 2021, day before Halloween. And this should be the last video on this, Dawn. I think I got her dialed in. As you can see, I got notes upon notes upon notes here. I need a 16 radius gauge, and I'll check the radius. All of them hit evenly. Back here, they all hit evenly. Your neck is in. I don't know if you can see this, but man, you are close to the neck. It doesn't take much effort whatsoever to fret a note. Now, here comes the fun part, because I'm a right-handed guitar player, and here's an E chord, and that's wrong. So I have to sit here and think about this. I think this is an E. There's an E right there. Here's an A. Let's see if I can move that E around a little bit. Oh, I was bass backwards. There's an E. There's an A. There's a B. Well, you'll be playing it this way, and the word will be right for you. Got this bridge down perfect. The new nut perfect. Everything's just dialed in. I got the right amount of relief in the neck. So, you're going to have to get yourself a good tuner. Dial this thing in. I just put new strings on it, so let's see. Hear that? Not a buzz, nothing. She's dialed in. I hope you really enjoy this guitar. Yeah, I've enjoyed working on it immensely. And also, I did turn the strap thing here. I think I've got an old strap. I'll give you along with it. I'll give you a pick and a strap, but you're gonna have to get your own tuner. I'm down to my last tuner. My other old faithful here finally gave up on me. So enjoy. Practice well. Bye bye.